All right, we are at that time of our show. Normally, we'll have a Nick's picks in here, but again, Nick should be back hopefully next Tuesday. You will, four of us will be back, and so let's one last stop. And so I'm gonna follow the lead of our fearless leader, who's normally here, and just kind of pose a question. So, what is your favorite holiday dessert or drink? Let's start with you, Tina.
Blue wine.
Oh, what's that?
What is that? That sounds a
Blue
lot like
wine.
hypnotic. That sounds like hypnotic to me.
It's that hot wine you get at like the German Christmas markets, the European markets that comes in a little cup. It can be red. It's usually that kind of red. It's mulled wine is essentially what it is, but they call it glue wine.
I didn't know that.
Gluhwein. Glue wine.
I've been ordering
Okay.
that stuff forever. I
I
had no
thought you said
idea.
blue.
Some people some people call it grog. People
Uh-huh.
have different names for it, but
Oh, okay.
it's that Northern European wine,
Yeah.
mulled wine thing. So, that's my favorite. It's just I like wine, so it's something it's like a lot of people like hot toddies. I'm not a huge whiskey fan unless it has cinnamon in it, so I prefer the wine. So,
Fireball. Brr, 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 brr.
yep.
Any favorite holiday dessert or pastry or anything like that?
Well, I'm German, so it's all those lovely, like, torts and crumbles, and I don't know the names for them. So if you're German and I didn't live in Chicago, I lived in areas that did not have German clubs, and you could go to German school and all that stuff. Wasn't around any of that. I just knew what my great-grandma was bringing because she was from Chicago, but her mom was from Germany. So it was just always things that were around. Like I grew up with like sugar cookies and gingerbread, but she could make the most amazing. They were almost like hot cross buns. They looked like dinner rolls. They were the smooth ones that had the butter on top. None of us know how to make them. Like nobody in the family knows how to make them anymore. So,
Oh.
but that was my favorite thing with her was that and butter, just because they were hot and all of that. So, like that's my thing. I'm not a pumpkin pie and all of the peppermint, and I can't stand peppermint. So,
Pumpkin pie is a Thanksgiving thing, though. That's
Sounds
a
good
fall.
though.
oh well, my grandma makes it. So her daughter, my grandmother, makes a really good rhubarb pie that she would also do during Christmas, which
Ooh.
that's what she was kinda known for, and I'm picky about dessert. I'm not a huge
Hey.
sweets person. So,
I'm a fan of the
for me yeah, like, my favorite Christmas cookie was the pretzels that you melt the chocolate and it have,
Mhm.
like, the M&M in the middle,
Yeah.
or the ones that had the Reese's peanut butter cups that you would pop out the top and eat the Reese's peanut butter cups, but I do like a good German sugar cookie, tort, those kinds of crisps and crumbles, so, but
Sounds good to me.
that's for me.
Ooh, that sounds good to me. All right. Handy, what's your favorite holiday drink and dessert or pastry or whatnot?
I don't really have a holiday drink. You know, and, oh, by the way,
Doesn't
hey,
have to be alcoholic.
It's
well,
like coffee.
that's what all the most of the holiday drinks that I know of have some sort of alcohol in them. Like it used to be like, it used to be the adult eggnog. Is what I used to like to drink. But and then as far as my favorite was red velvet cake because that was the only time we would have it was at Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then my grandmother would make it with the
Mm.
pecans in the cream cheese icing. But now you can get red velvet cake any day of the year. Not that I do, I still get some for my birthday, but that was used to be my favorite. Now, one that is near and dear to my heart, not necessarily my favorite, and you can also something you can get at Christmas is the Royal Dance sugar cookies, the 10.
Yep.
We
Mm.
used to
Mhm.
always get a 10 of those at Christmas, and that's like my father, even though he in the condition he's in, I still send him a 10 of cookies every. It's just a sentimental thing for me because
Mhm.
he would get them and we would sit and watch the football games and watch the ball games, and I'd put I'd always get that pretzel cookie with all the sugar on it. Just put it in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. And in January, you go to your grandparents' house and you would open it up thinking it still had cookies, and it would have like grandma's sewing supplies in it.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
I like
right.
that that's universal.
Yeah.
So those are
Right.
definitely my two favorite. I didn't really get into gingerbread until maybe a couple of years ago, and I like it, but still, red velvet and the royal dance cookies. Those are my two favorites.
All right. So for me, it's coquito. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not Puerto Rican eggnog. You know, people keep calling it that, and it's like it's not. So in Puerto Rico, we make it with basically like their version of like moonshine.
Mm-hmm.
But here we use rum. And so we're gonna, and so coquito is just a spiked holiday drink made from like coconuts, and it's just delicious. And so like the base of it is coconut, and the condensed milk and all of that, and then we use rum. So that's like my favorite holiday drink. When it comes to pastries, I'm kind of like Tina, where we do a lot of like cheesecakes. We love cheesecakes, specifically like we'll turn our flan. I don't know if you have, it's like a custard, and so we like combining flan and cheesecake, and
Oh
so
man,
that's
that
always
sounds good.
it's
That sounds
delicious.
good.
Yeah, it's really good. And so
I'm
that's
not a fan of flan, but that sounds
yes,
good.
it's delicious. And so I always look forward to like those, like the combinations of those. And we always bring a lot of like the pastries, like the turnovers and stuff like that. And so
Mhm.
so I always look forward to those as well. Like I don't hate pies, but I'm not a super pie person. So, so I always look forward to like the little torts as well and the little pastries, and yeah, but definitely like the cheesecakes and then the flan cheesecakes together. Those are like my favorite holidays.
I forgot coffee cake. I grew up with that, like, on Christmas mornings, staying at grandma's house. Whichever grandma we were at, we always had, like, coffee cake in the morning, and it would just be the Edmonds coffee cake that she got at the store, but heat it up, throw stuff on it, always love that. Yeah, that's my thing with pies. I'm like a fruit pie person if I'm going pie. So, the others, I'm just not fans of. It's texture thing for me. It's always a texture thing for me. But yeah. Oh, I had coquito when I was in Puerto Rico the last time I was
Yeah.
there. And it was a version of it. It was like in San Juan, Saliga. Here's our drink. I was like, okay. And
Yeah.
it's delicious, but it'll knock you on your
Yes.
ass.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you're not supposed to have it like in a big glass. It's like shots. And
Yeah, you sip it and yep. Yeah, the first time I had it, someone described it to me as Puerto Rican eggnog, and I don't like eggnog, so I was
Oh
like,
my goodness.
"Yeah, I don't
Doesn't
think so."
have
But
the
let me
same
know, try
consistency
it.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "This is nothing like eggnog."
Yeah. All right. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Hopefully
Yes.
Nick doesn't have to work next Tuesday and he'll join us so that the four of us are here. And so we'll see you next Tuesday. Tune in. And
Yep.
yeah, we'll see you next time.
See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.
Peace, love.